Yo, everybody, welcome back to TMNT. So during the break, like Sif was explaining to me why he explain like he was explaining why he felt like the movie Truth or Dare seems more like a how was I supposed to know that was a shockwave? Why it seems more like a why it seems more like the Ring, and he was saying, well, yeah, in the Ring, you have to basically pass the curse on to someone else. And I was like, yeah, that would make sense. But again, if you haven't seen this movie, like, it's like, there are going to be spoilers. Like, I'm going to spoil a good chunk of this movie if you haven't seen it. So I can block? Okay, so I can't keep hitting him. So, the problem is, this, like, man.
Yeah.
You can't get out of it.
There might be a way to use its anger against it. If we can lure him into one of the support
Yeah, and that's why
teams,
my
we might
question
be able
is,
to
like,
knock
if
him
that's
out.
the case, then why would you want to pass it on?
Because, again, like I said in the review, the pseudo review, the point is, the more people in the game, the better chance you have, the more time you have between turns. So, let's say it's just me left. Like, let's say I was playing with Jordan and Patchy, right? And I wanted to play some more. Like, I didn't want to die. So, I invite you and Breeze into the game. Well, if I invite you guys into the game, and then you guys invite people into the game, then I don't have to worry about having to go as soon as I would have if it was just me, Jordan, and Patchy. You feel me?
Yeah.
I missed one coin. Fuck off. Still got an A rank, bitch. So that's...
So the general twist in the movie is, like, the reason she invites everyone to the game is basically, like, when it comes around to her turn again, like, she probably be fucking dead. Like, under natural causes is what I mean.
So we find out that there is like an old, like a lady who apparently was one of the people who plot. Wow, this is a cutscene from the movie, like downgraded to fit onto a Wii game disc, and it looks like claymation. Now, when you watch this back.
Okay, so like we had to bail since the cops were arriving. Also, we caused quite a bit of damage to the construction site, and that made it a hazardous place to stay at.
That's when I noticed that strange black truck leaving the area.
I said we should return to get your advice, Master. But Raph thought that was a dumb idea, and he went off on his own.
Seeking knowledge is not a weakness, Leonardo. It is strength, and demonstrates the will to improve oneself. You of all should have known this, Raphael.
Yeah, well, I know that now. Back then, I wasn't really listening. But I've changed. Anyway, right after that, I went back out on the rooftop to check on the monster, and...
Whoa, dude, you were worried about the monster?
No, Pinhead. I was going to see how the cops would handle it.
I was trying to avoid sneezing.
When I got up there, the monster was gone. I heard a strange sound in the alley behind me. And just as I got there, I saw a foot ninja get into a black truck. So I decided to follow him.
I just want y'all, like, if you're not grasping what's happening here,
I had to hurry to keep the truck in my sights.
This is all taking place after the film. They're basically retelling what happened in the movie. So this is after the movie has happened. There was apparently supposed to be 2 more movies after this one, like in this universe.
At the same time, I had to make
Why
sure
does
I
every
didn't break my leg or
TMNT
something.
movie, like, franchise
Die.
just not... Yeah.
At least I didn't have to worry about them seeing me. Listen, guys, I gotta tell you, the foot don't use their rearview mirrors.
like I'm playing as the Night Watcher, and homeboy just sounds like he has saucepans on his feet because he's like armored up, and it's just weird. So yeah, so there's like this older Mexican lady who apparently was one of the women at the mission.
I was wrong about him.
One of the women at the mission who knows. That's how they find out the guy that it was a priest. That's how they find out it was a priest who was doing this stuff to the the children at the mission, because she was one of the kids, and she had this idea about how you could stop it from happening. And she couldn't really and like none of that was really working out because I don't know how to explain it. She had to cut her. It involved her cutting her tongue out.
I guess 'cause she couldn't answer.
I don't know. Like she was able to. I don't know how they found out, but she, I guess, found a way to like convey to them how, what to do. And apparently there was some ancient Mexican words to say. My fucking arm hurts from waggling. Some ancient Hispanic words to say. And they were supposed to go back to the mission and do some stuff. And I don't know. Like I don't get it. Just know that the lady cut her tongue out, and the guy, bar boy, the guy who roped him into the game. Okay. So when the movie So when the movie starts, we see this woman at a gas station, and she sets these. Suddenly she gets the truth to dare question, and the evil voice doesn't like. At first, it's just like a matter of silly stuff.
Things suddenly heated up.
Oh, hey, purple dragons. Like when we first, when we're in the mission for the first time, like one of the first dares is for homeboy, like for one of the white dudes to streak. They're all white. There are no black people in this movie. There's an Asian. There's an Asian guy, and he's gay. So they knock down two minorities with one stone. So if you're wondering, there's no black people in this movie at all. You bashed it.
You bastard.
Out here, go on. Oh, come on. So, okay. So, what the fuck? Where are we even in this movie? You understand that people die. Like you get that.
That much I have gotten.
Like people die. People die a lot. And I think by the end of the movie, there's only 3 people left. There's only, I think, about 3 of the original friends left alive in the movie. 3. The first guy to die was dared at a pool hall by a girl to show the entire bar his dick. And he was more than happy to do so because he's an idiot. But some girl in the back starts heckling him, saying, I mean, Barboy tells the chick that, hey, I don't know how to put it. It was so like to the point, matter of factly.
See what you made me do.
I was supposed to go that way, but I didn't know. I didn't realize that. He tells her matter of factly that he tells everybody, oh no, it's real. Like we are really playing Truth or Dare, and if you don't do it, you die. And then he gets up and leaves.
I hope you kick their butts.
He gets up and leaves. And so the girl he tricked into coming here, and he was like, she's like, yo, like, what the deal? Like, you know. Like, why are you like, why, like, that's not really funny. Yada, yada. He's like, and she's like, well, if it is real, then why are you willing? He's like, why did you bring us here? And he's like, because I'm more. So he said, because if strangers have to die for me to live, I'm okay with that. Which is by far the most realistic thing I've ever heard in a horror movie.
I mean, honestly.
And so, like, he had it in his head that if he brought more people to play, he would be cool. He'd be good to go. God damn it, I was trying to do the thing. Like, he was like, yeah, if I bring more people to play, I'll be okay. Like, I'll be free. So the girls that started the movie and this guy came together. Like, they were a part of the first quote-unquote group. Like, the last group. Let's not say the first, but the last group of kids to come here and get, like, tricked into playing Truth or Dare. My problem is, logically speaking,
my problem with that is that you are using the word logic about this movie.
Just fuck with me for a second. If the first group of kids all just died, like if the people from the movie, like the people we're rolling with, if they all choose to just die rather than involve other people, the curse gets lifted. Like it'll be over because there's no one to play. But the problem is that, like, toward like in the climax of the film, they ask the guy.
Awesome. That was the toy shop on Grant Street, right?
How do we stop this?
Don, we're following a truck here. Try to stay with us, okay?
And he says you can't. Like, he just straight up says, like, you can't. Oh, so that's not how I'm doing that.
All right.
I think that's usually my issue with, like, situations like this. Like, there's a simple solution if you just aren't selfish, usually, in these situations.
How am I doing? What the hell?
Like, if you just choose to let the thing end with you.
Yeah, then you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, you won't be fine, but everyone else will be.
What the hell? What am I supposed to do here? Okay, so
die, I think.
Not go through that window. Right. Stop saying all right, Raph. Like I'm in a room with a big fucking Ferris wheel. And I'm like, am I supposed to climb up the Ferris? Like, it looks like I would like ride. I would ride this. Was that the answer? Was I supposed to do this? And I just did it wrong? Like I kept falling off? Is that the answer? That's the answer. The answer is I kept falling off. And then I fell all the way back down. Because I'm the best person on the planet. So, the ghost man tells her, like, oh, there is no way to end the curse. Which is, like, the most fucking anticlimactic shit ever. God damn.
Also, why does this curse exist? Like, why does Preacher Man...
Why is he doing this to people?
Like, how is he doing this to people?
He's a ghost. That's all I got. What more could you possibly want? He's a ghost. He's an asshole and he died. Like, he didn't just
make
die.
A deal with the devil? Like,
I don't know. Oh my fucking goodness. This is annoying. Like, I'm not going to end this episode until I do this, or if I do end the episode, it'll be Jesus.
Like, what makes him so special? Why is the pedophile Freddy Krueger...
That's the thing, I don't know if he's a pedophile.
...able to come back,
but I assume he was. Jeez, that was ridiculous. Like, it wasn't hard, it's just that the mechanics were... The controls are a little wonky. They didn't give an explanation. The weirder part to me is the fact that he wasn't just like, oh yeah, he died. Like, he was chopped into 5 pieces. He was cut into 5 different pieces and buried on the grounds of the mission. The solution?
And I realize in most of these situations the answer is because evil just finds a way.
Like the way that to end the curse didn't have anything to do with digging him up. Like that wasn't part of the answer. It wasn't like, You got to dig him up and you got to burn his body and blah, blah, blah. Because, like, a good horror movie, that would be the solution. Is, like, find his body and lay him to rest properly, and then it'll all be over. But that wasn't the solution. Like, the solution was just some ancient ritual bullshit or some prayer they had to say, like, several times over. And, like, when I say, like, paranormal activity, the paranormal activity bit, like, when he was saying the prayer, the fucking room was shaking. Like, the mission, like, if I'm not mistaken, the mission fell apart. Like, by the end of the movie, like, by the time it was all said and done, the mission had crumbled to bits. You feel me? Like it didn't make a lick of fucking sense. Like, at all. At all. And I'm rambling. Any other questions that I could possibly try to answer? That's if you can still hear me.
Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I wasn't hearing anything for a minute.
How long is a minute?
Like an actual literal minute, I feel?
Like, you realize I'm recording a show, right? I wouldn't just, like, stop talking. Not without saying plot. So I gave you a bunch of explanation that you'll have to get when you watch the fucking show back, because I'm not going through that again. It just doesn't make any sense. The fucking thing fell apart. Like, I don't know. It didn't make sense. I don't know what made Badman McPriest so bad or so great that he had the ability to just understand. I don't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Like, I want to understand so badly, like, what made... God, you know what? Pokey guys here are, like, the worst. Like, I used to think the dudes in the jungle with the guns were a problem, but the dudes with the spears, fuck. For as slow as this game is, and as bad as the control scheme is, like, it's a really bad control scheme. Like, I can't like, map what I'm doing to a button. I have to waggle the remote. Like, I can't even, like, plug in, like, a pro controller. I have to waggle.
I said I'm no wait for you.
I know that waggling is, like, your favorite.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna clear this up so we can move on from the next episode. When people, okay, so you get dared, right? You have so many minutes to do the dare. So when the first guy dies, when the first guy gets dared, the girl's face twists up and dares him to show his dick. He gets up on the pool table. He tells everybody, hey, this lovely lady wants to see my junk, and I got no problem showing it to everybody. A girl in the back tells him, haha, your dick is small. I heard from this girl. And he's like, okay, fine, then I'm not going to do it. And so he decides he's not going to do it. And then the spirit that dared him enters his body. And we see his face twist up. And he starts walking to the edge of the pool table. And a dude stops him because he was about to, like, walk into a pool cue. And he tells the dude, thank you, like, in, like, the weird creepy face voice. And then he turns the other way and he walks toward the other end of the pool table, slips on the 8 ball, falls in between the two tables and breaks his neck. So you get possessed. Not only does the ghost, fucking hell, this sounds stupid. Not only does the ghost possess you.
This is the part that sounds stupid.
Well, I mean the whole thing. The ghost part is what threw me. Like, when they introduced a paranormal, like, aspect, my eyes went like, are we fucking serious? So,
like, if they would have just explained that, like, Truth or Dare is actually, like, this ancient evil game created by witches or some bullshit, and, like, this is just the actual Truth or Dare, like, that, you know, the kid
if it was anything but an evil priest, An evil priest ghost makes you do these things, and he wants everybody to die. Like that's the solution.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we end up with the dude looks like Daniel Radcliffe to me. Like when he he thinks he's free, so he's hiding. Like he's in his house. The way the thing works is it doesn't just like go. Like it's like, all right, your turn. So like then it happens. No, when it's your turn, it won't strike until you're somewhere vulnerable. So like if you're around somebody that you're holding a deep secret from, it'll trigger then. Or if you're somewhere where you could easily be murdered, like the Asian boy is gay, like it dares him to come out to his dad. He does, and then later on in the movie, he gets dared to make his dad beg for his life because his dad's a cop. So he snatches his dad's gun. Like his dad doesn't dare him. The radio on his shoulder does. So again, it's not always like the person you're talking to or near. He takes his dad's gun and he points it at him and he tells his dad to get on the ground. He's like, hey, I need you to beg for your life. Just do it. I'll explain later. And you know what the dad does? Not that. He does everything but that. And another cop, we don't see off screen, sees a guy pointing a gun at another officer and shoots him in the back. So in this situation, you know, normally like what you'd expect to happen is like if he didn't do it in time, it would make him turn the gun on himself. And that's not what happened. One girl was dared to walk along the edge of the house, like on the roof, while drinking a bottle of, I don't know, Bailey's or something like that. And she had to do it until she like finished the entire bottle. And then one girl, like, and it gets weird because like the girl who like got them all involved in it is the only one who's like starting to believe that it's real, and like everybody starts getting mad at each other because they think they're just like it's like, oh, it's just a prank, it's a ghost, blah, 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 blah. It's not. This episode's 20 minutes long. I'm stopping it now. Catch you guys in the next.